Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with an energy check-in for Sagittarius, since y'all love me out of everybody else this month. Disclaimers are in the description boxes of all the videos because I just will not be dealing with anybody's triggered, unhealed bullshit. Period, point blank. This could be your chart, their chart. Where that placement is, I don't know. I don't care. We're just kind of get this on because I have a lot to do today. And that may be, and it's funny I say that because somebody here just did not realize somebody had so much to deal with by themselves. There was already a community or a group of people that was already up somebody's ass, and they didn't know. And that's my thing. When you live, like when you ask a reader or you pull cards for yourself on every tiny thing every single day, there's somebody here that pulls cards every Sunday morning like clockwork. Like it's the first thing they do before the kids get up and so on down that line. Or if the kids are up, they go to a quiet spot in the house, the back deck, like something. They're pulling cards, they're scrying, there's something. And it's just like, what? Is there a point to all this? Because you're pulling cards on one specific person, one specific energy, and it makes no sense, because if they are not able to rise to the occasion and achieve whatever is meant for them, then it's not going to happen for anybody. Somebody here is just the cause of a lot of blockages, and subsequently a lot of problems caused by those blockages. And it's so they can continue to live in this alternate universe that exists only in their head. I mean, this person is incredibly and insufferably delusional. But my thing is this: people like to mimic who they admire. Like they will publicly say they don't like a person, but in reality they admire them, because if they didn't admire them, they wouldn't be copying their shit. Let's be so for real right now. Like somebody wasn't into all the crusty stuff until somebody else was blogging about it. Somebody didn't feel inspired to travel to a certain location in the Caribbean until somebody mentioned it and how it had a personal connection to them on their platform. Let's be so for real. My thing is this: you can go ahead, like you can try to jump ahead of this person and like infiltrate the communities they're part of and stuff like that. Oh, she's stealing from me. She's just saying that because she's jealous of me, blah, blah, blah. But when receipts come out, like they have a screenshot of the post they made, and then they have the screenshot of the post you made after them. If that's not damning evidence, I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what the fuck is. There is a very painfully fine line between being inspired, because if you were genuinely inspired, you would not have a problem citing your sources. Copycats don't like to give up their source. They don't. So that way, when the source goes and starts speaking their truth and telling their story, they're prepared to go on a smear campaign. And my thing is this: just because somebody is speaking their side of things, it does not mean that they are talking shit. The thing is, one of the dangerous sides of Sagittarian energy is their inability to see another person's perspective. And 9 times out of 10, when the perspective is finally seen, the damage is done. The damage is done. Somebody here weaponized somebody's own counterpart against their person, and it's just, there's no coming back from the shit. There's no coming back from it. there's like a group of warlocks that have been running a goddamn muck in a community, and it's like chickens got to come home to roost, but they keep trying to use spiritually gifted folks as their dumpster for their karma. So if you are dealing with things you know for a fact you are not supposed to be dealing with, 9 times out of 10 it's somebody trying to quote unquote destiny swap, and it's really getting on my fucking nerves. But we have a case here of some, like a warlock, fresh and new to all that shit, flaunting a lifestyle he was spiritually stealing from another woman. But the joke's on him, because when you make a person go through hard times and you are spiritually forcefully linked yourself to them, you're going to go through hard times as well. So the joke is entirely on you when you do stuff like that. When you start getting a lot of blowback because of the work you're doing on this person while you are spiritually attached to them, you hurt nobody but your damn self. And that's the beauty of it. Somebody here just keeps getting hit with their own bullshit, and they keep blaming the person they're doing the magic on. And it's like, you linked yourself to them in spirit so you could pass yourself off as them, like commit a spiritual form of identity theft. You want to be them so bad, you have to take the attacks meant for them as well. It's only fair. It's only fair. So the funny thing is there's really not a return to sender and all that jazz needed, because they're getting hit with their own bullshit. It might cause you a financial hit or two, but it's really hitting them the most. Because when you are doing magic to steal what is not for you, in other words, you quote unquote manifest a $10,000 check with someone else's spirit, you're not going to be able to keep it, your hands on that money, because it's not yours. When you do things with your own essence, you're going to be able to keep it. You did not achieve this with your own, therefore you're unable to keep it. It's not anybody doing magic, it is a consequence of the magic you are using illegally. When you do things constantly at the expense of another, you're not going to be able to keep it long term. You're not going to be able to keep it long term. And I'm sorry, but in this economy, when you like bills here, bills there, bills everywhere, welcome to fucking adulthood, bitch. Well, welcome to adulthood. It's fucking expensive out here. So basically what somebody here needs to do is get their head out of their own ass and realize, hey, if we don't do this right, it's going to get a lot worse. The reason we are suffering is because we keep doing things at the expense of somebody who does not deserve to be dragged. They didn't do anything to earn it. And on top of that, the joke is out here for one, because I don't know a warlock that does not bat for the other team. I don't know one single warlock that isn't gay or bi. Because the funny thing is whenever I pick up on this group of warlocks, I always get gay for pay. The phrase gay for pay always comes out. And in other words, these group of idiots, they're sluts for money. They are sluts for money. They will slut themselves out to make a buck. And the thing is, they kissed Satan's ring a very long time ago. And some people here just are truly fated to serve the lower realms downstairs, and it's really annoying because me being a Scorpio, it's always assumed I'm into some dark, heavy shit because I am able to clock it. I'm the one that's doing it and all that jazz. And it's like, no. I prefer to be in bed asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I prefer to be in bed asleep at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. You will not catch me outside in my backyard with my fire pit doing God knows what. And that reminds me, like, I can't even light a fire and enjoy a peaceful, quiet evening in my backyard without somebody jumping the gun. Oh my God, she's doing it! And it's like, bitch, I'm just trying to relax after a long ass day at work, buy a fire, have a glass of wine, and pet my dog. God forbid. God for fucking bid. But basically what it is, it's the guilty people looking for something to hold against you. If you buy yourself a fresh batch of flowers, you're evil. You go to the ethnic grocery store and stock up your herbs and your spices, you're just up to no good. And it's like, bitch, I'm restocking my fucking pantry. What the fuck, Cletus? And I know this happened for me a year ago. My monitoring spirits, if you will, started to reveal themselves. And it came to a boiling point right after the new year. It's when we had our zero degree freeze. And it's like, okay. Because I figured out it was them. Because I felt them get angry and upset when I did my end of the year deep clean of the house. Like, just you're dusting, you're mopping, you're swiffering, you're cleaning the walls, you're cleaning the windows. Like, it was the last, like, big deep clean until spring. And it's just like, okay, I just want a clean house. God forbid. I'm putting away my laundry and shit. I'm not doing anything wrong. But a lot of times when you get your life together and stuff like that, there's going to be somebody who takes offense. There's going to be somebody who tries to spin it like you're doing the witchcraft and all that jazz. And a lot of times, like, you just dusting your shelves is cleaning up your energy. And the thing is, when you clean up your energy, you're going to find out who your real folks are. Like, no one has a problem with you being down until you start to get back up. And my thing is, I try to be as humble as I can, but every now and then I do have to flex my muscle just a little bit, and I'm going to tell you this here and now. If you have a problem with me doing what I have to do to take care of myself, you're the issue. You cannot call judgment on people without calling judgment on your damn self. You cannot call wrath and judgment on somebody without calling that shit down on yourself. Somebody here lost a damn good friend in that process too. And you know what? That's their issue. And you know what? If somebody tries to restart what they did this last year, it's not going to go well. Because they did a death spell secretly on the winter solstice, and it came to a hit, like a boiling point, between New Year's and mid-January. And then it came to another boiling point. They did it again on the summer solstice. My God. So basically, like, winter is death, and then summer is like fire, the element of fire. Fire is a powerhouse. Fire destroys anything it touches. So somebody here is just on some hullabaloo and bullshit out of ego, this alternate reality that's rolling around in their head, their beliefs. And then before I go, in the name of God, the Father, the Son, Jesus Christ, and all that ish, if you're in the wrong, that's not going to stop you from going to prison. So if you did some very, very illegal things, I don't know what to tell you. If you are guilty of doing some illegal things, I don't know what to tell you. You is in trouble, and that is not my problem. Being a gang stalker is fine and dandy until somebody enters the picture that says, no, this is wrong, and you will be held accountable. It's a woman with a Sagittarius placement, because people forget I have all clairs, including clairaudience. So when my name is coming up and you are on a smear campaign in a church and all that jazz, I'm going to hear you without actually being in there. Because there was a woman that was in a church going off on how I'm such a hateful person, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, okay. This the route you want to go? Okay. All right. But I think the funny thing is, if it's the real estate agent, I think it is, she cannot get any listings right now in the area she serves. I don't know if she's still licensed or not, but she can't get any listings, buyer or seller. Which brings me to this, because a lot of times people will attack you. Like, look in your house of enemies in your natal chart. My biggest house in that arena is Taurus. And so subsequently, people love to attack my stability and my finances. And I come from one of those communities that fully believes that a woman can only move up through the man she marries. So what have they done? Tried to block me from marrying a wealthy man, even though I'm from the tax bracket that qualifies me to do so. It's low-key hilarious, because now they sit back and wonder why I won't participate in community cleanups. Like, I'll clean up around my neighborhood as I see it and stuff like that, but like community events, you can't pay me to participate. Give it the old college try one last time, you can't pay me to do any of that. Because these dumb bitches cost me a lot of time and a lot of money. And what's funny is I say that, there's a Baptist church van in front of me as I say that, trying to back up. So somebody here is religious, or they are weaponizing it. But now they're having to back up and fix their story. Because I'm sorry, but in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, if you have done something illegal, that's not going to stop you from being held accountable with the right judge, the lawyer, police chief, and all that jazz. Because there's going to be a day and time where being a gang stalker will be what sends a person to jail, because people are fed up with the shit. I mean, if you have like judges and lawyers and stuff like that that are willing to assist you in the matter, it's going to be between you and God. Because if you want to mess up my shit, you got to take a hit your damn self. You want to bring wrath and judgment to my door like God personally hired you, you cannot do that without your own wrath and judgment being cast upon you by God himself personally. And it's really past time that people understood that. And with that, everybody enjoy the chaos that is the rest of these holidays.